Hello, everybody. It says we're live. Hopefully we're live now. Hi, gang. What's up? Hello, chat. I put that live there. I am going to put that out on Twitter, chat, that we're live right now. If you guys want to go and retweet this one in just a second. We are live. And I can't find it. Ha!
Yeah, it shows live for me.
Good. We're live on YouTube. I couldn't remember where we are. Where the hell are we? We're live on YouTube with the At Path to Partner podcast.
Yeah, I like that Devin Nash guy though.
Me too, actually. He seemed pretty cool from what I heard.
Devin Nash guy, though.
Sorry, everybody. You heard yourselves back. He seemed very, very cool from what I watched the other day. Like I said, I don't think it was that video you mentioned, but it was still good. I enjoyed listening to him, and that's kind of it. I don't know. I might check out more of his stuff, but maybe not. I'm lazy.
He's actually really good. He's really intelligent. Like I watched him on a podcast with all the big Twitch streamers, and they're trying to talk like drama and stuff, and he was just like straight facts. Like they're like right in your face. Like, hey, this is what happened. This platform made you. You may think it didn't, but it did. And I was like, oh, get him, Devin. I love him.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, that's pretty cool. Okay, so I just need to copy this link, chat, and then we're gonna go live here in our official, well, not even live, but our just recording of it in just a minute. Okay, we're live. Oh, and I want to tag Nate here, so if you want to retweet that too or something, that would be cool. Oh, I'll tag my other account or the general one. We're live on YouTube with Path to Partner Podcast, Twitch and Mixer streamers. If you're looking to grow your stream, join us for some great convos. That's true. We do have great convos here, and there we go. It is live. And I will put that here if anyone in our chat wants to shout that out. I love the conversations that have been coming out of here lately. Like by the end of stream, when everyone's cycled in and is talking about whatever we're going on about, it's been really stellar. Like those kind of little after stream snippets you get on YouTube, those are very fun.
Yeah, and I like that a lot.
Exclusive, Papa. Those are exclusive to YouTube.
Oh,
they don't get those on the on the recorded version.
YouTube, you owe us like 12 cents per viewer in here because they're getting the extra snippets.
Extra snippets. Let's just make sure we're all good if I do this. Perfect. We're both on, so we can do that any second now. What did I need? Test this recording. Path 20. What is this? 23. Woo. Okay.
Man, that's a lot of episodes.
It really is, honestly. Time has been flying by. So what do you say we go live here and do this? Let's flip our background away. Hello, gang. I don't know who all is here, but if you're here, welcome. Glad to have you. Thank you for being here. I do need to retweet that off of the actual Path to Partner podcast Twitter. That'd probably be good. I don't know. Good, whatever.
Yeah,
Ritual?
Freddy's here. So.
What? Freddy? Freddy the man with the wrench.
Wearing no pants. That's what he is doing.
Wrench man Freddy. Oh, wow. That got a lot of likes already and stuff. Oh, thanks, gang. You guys are great. Thank you for being so good to us. Okay, Nate, let's do it. Let's flip right into this thing, huh?
All right.
Push this back up button. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a new episode of the Path to Partner podcast. My name is Kyle, and I'm joined here by my co-host, as always, Nate. How you doing this week, man?
Living the absolute dream. A little tired today, but, got some new endeavors and goals to go for, so I'm really excited.
Well, that's kind of what we're going to use this episode for, in fact. I mean, this is a very spontaneous one. I spent today just hanging out with my community, playing video games, so we're just kind of rolling in here, both Nate and I, just rolling in, and we're just here to make some small talk for you guys today. I think goals and kind of covering that is something I want to get into. Been a lot of development on my stream with things similar. I was telling you off air. We've been promoting some people in the community to take on things, so that's helping me accomplish goals. We'll kind of maybe just talk around that too, how you people in chat in the listener group how everyone there sets their goals. I'm sure since we've got a lot of streamers, everyone has a different way of handling that. We'd love to learn more about what other people do as well. So Nate, any goals you've been working on in particular? Like, what's your focus right now?
Yeah, so lately I've kind of been looking through some. Devin Nash was kind of going over a whole statistic thing, explaining like the growth of Twitch and Mixer and how it's like, like Mixer and Twitch is almost directly connected with video games that are being released. If there's no good video games, like the last time there was a dip, there wasn't a lot of video games that were released, and that was like 2 or 3 years ago. And then Fortnite hype, and then now there's nothing because we're waiting for new consoles to come out. So it's kind of looking at all the stats, and he pulled up a sheet of the growth of like, Facebook and YouTube are both doing really well, and they're actually still growing. And Twitch isn't, it's kind of going down right now, but it'll go back up when all the new video games and consoles come out. Right. So I kind of looked into it, and I recently have decided to make a venture into putting not live streaming, just putting videos out on Facebook and YouTube again. Wow. For these times to try to supplement my income and monetize because Facebook monetization is actually really high.
That's super cool. Okay. It's funny, again, I can't really talk about why Devin Nash came up exactly in my life. There was this tangential thing, which will be saved for a future episode. But I had watched a video that was very similar, and him saying things like, get on Facebook, do this, like it was a very good video, and just for like it hits all the right points about expanding your brand and getting it in places, and it's smart. He mentioned something in there. This is now like second, third, fourth hand information, but he mentioned like a 64 rule where it comes to sharing your content. Like each piece of content can be shared approximately 64 times.
He's the one that said that?
He quoted it from somebody else. So he's not, as far as I know, the originator. I think there might be like a book or something else out there that's like the, philosophy of that idea. But he quoted it, the 64 plan, whatever, and I thought it was smart, and it's something I really lack, and this is where it ties into me trying to improve my team over here, because you and I make a lot of good content. Like, let's be honest, it's good. We not being egotistical or whatever, but we're making content that's tried and true. We're conscientious of the camera angles and the quality and all. It's good content. So why isn't it like the number one thing right now? Without us having like extra team members doing stuff for us, without having a camera crew and a writer and all that other happy crap, why isn't it, exceeding? Well, I mean, I think it's exposure. And I know I am terrible at sharing my content anywhere near 64 times. If I record a podcast like this one, I am likely to share a big fat one time, and it's probably on Twitter and Discord too, but that's about it. And then it just goes into the ether, and I hope someone finds it. Kyle, shame, sir, shame.
That's one reason why it's good that we're doing it on YouTube, because at least there's an algorithm that's easier for us to be discovered. So that's not too awful bad.
No, and I heard, again, I want to quote, it was him in a video where he was saying, Devin Nash was saying, that a lot of content creators, myself, and I think you, and probably many of our listeners, feel that whenever our content isn't really getting us the numbers, the growth, etc., that we want, we think, okay, well, we need to work harder. We need to work more. We need to put out more. Sometimes we hear there's like stories that back that up too. I mean, you look at our good friend out there, Dan's Gaming. Like, he busts his butt and he's streaming all the time. But he's a lot bigger. He has a big, he's a big fan base that shows up every single time. So is our best thing to try and mimic that? Do we just stream every day, all the time, just try and be on every single hour? Do we spend every single moment putting out content? But what if we're not getting that content in front of the right eyeballs? Does it matter if I stream 24/7, but no one ever sees it? It's kind of that idea. He brought that up.
That's something that freaks me out, especially since now I'm kind of venturing into like variety casting, because some days like good, we have like 60, like in this, when I was doing ESO, we had hundreds of views and stuff, and that's when we started this path to partner stuff. Now I'm kind of taking a step back. I'm trying to do something like variety, which I feel for my type of content will last a lot longer. Mm-hmm. So when I took a step back, it's weird because like I do like even though and like I need to like shake myself out of it because I have like maybe the lowest average viewership is 30, which is not like the golden rule of 40, but still pretty decent.
Mhm.
And like I feel like I'm not getting out there. Like I feel like I'm kind of streaming to no one. I need to shake that out and realize I am streaming to people, but it's one of those things where we don't know the whole thing. It's just like medical. Like when you test out a new pharmaceutical drug, you only have a certain time frame until the FDA clears it. Well, the thing is, with all these people sharing content on so many other things, they've only seen a few cases of people that have put up content and then stopped. And then like now they're trying to get back into it and they can't get there. It's almost like one of those things. Once the momentum's rolling, you just need to go with it.
Mhm.
So I don't know if like we should like hunker down and stream every single day for 10 to 12 hours every like the time we are on to get in front of as many eyes as possible. Or then like maybe that's how like luck works is if you're there all the time, you have a better chance of getting struck by lightning or whatever. So I don't know if that's like what you need to do or how it goes, or maybe we post content or maybe it's failing. But that's one thing I've noticed is I do have that friend that did Facebook that like out of nowhere, I think he's at like 750,000 followers. I got to pull up his account and send it. But yeah. And it just like instantly, because the thing with Facebook is we don't like Twitch doesn't have an algorithm, right? Like we don't have an algorithm through being discovered. Well, with Facebook, and this is going to sound sketchy. It's going to sound terrible, but you can literally pay $50 and it'll send your videos out on a feed for like random people's feeds, since they can link the account with like this person's a gamer, this person likes racing games. So these are the videos they spend more watch time on. What you can do is you can actually pay like $50. It'll take your video, whatever you feel is the best video. It will send it out into people's pages and views and stuff. And what it does is people can easily discover it. And that's one thing I have been liking about the Facebook. And that's why I'm making a move over.
Why does that feel so weird in the spaces that we're in here? Like, you kind of set it up like that, and I felt the initial cringe too, even though I don't believe it. You know, like to me, it's no different than like a car wash, you know, advertising on a billboard, or, you know, someone putting their thing on it. You know, people pay for advertising all the time. Something about that, maybe because it gets close to fake viewership in air quotes, or, you know, anything like that. Maybe that's why it comes with that weirdness. But I mean,
do you want to hear something crazy about the fake viewership though?
Let's hear it.
It may be considered fake viewership on Facebook, but advertisers are paying almost $9 to $10 for 1,000 views. Only.
Wow.
If you get 18 views, that's $1,800, depending on what it is. You still have to hit like 10,000 followers on your Facebook page, and you have to have like, I think like 3 minutes of watch time on a video, like on videos or whatever, a certain amount of watch time. They have their little things, but it's a lot easier and it's a lot more systematic to get monetized on Facebook than it is YouTube, or even get partnered on Twitch, or even get partnered on Mixer. It's so much easier, because the thing is like people talk about all the time. They're like, yeah, I get to a certain point, and then they do track and make sure that you're followed by real viewers. By the way, it's not just fake bot views.
Yeah.
So what they do is they like you put that out, and then you get a lot of followers. And the guy that I was talking to about it, he was like, I did $50 1 week, every single week. And what it was is it'd go out to random people. And I made sure it was my best video of that week. And I would get maybe 100, 200, 300 followers just from that. Like they'd go to the page and click it. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. And it took me 6 months to start getting monetized. I was like, that's awesome. He's like, and I could literally pay $50 and Twitch or Facebook would throw it out into the ether of Facebook. And I would get back like $200-300 every time. I was like, that's unreal. It's literally like paying the win. It's like that's why it feels like not unnatural to us.
So how do we do this, Papa? I haven't used Facebook in, good Lord, maybe, I don't know. What are we making, Facebook pages?
Yeah, you have to. A lot of people are kind of going through this thing right now where they're like, Facebook pages are dead, but the videos aren't. The only thing you have to realize is your content that you upload onto Facebook has to be a lot more like grabby, because the way that the algorithm was set up, like, you know, they're scrolling through what's going to make them stop for that first like 15 seconds and click play on the video. Because those views, now that they have their restructuring, the view doesn't count until you press play on the video.
Right.
When you press play on the video, that's when it counts as a view. That's how they combated the whole, you have fake viewership type of thing. So yeah, you got to figure out. So it's a little bit different of content. It's like really quick, and you got to like suck people in like right away. That's why it's like really debatey. But You really do. You need a Facebook. You just need a Facebook page. That's about it. Facebook page, and then you can upload. I mean, there's even features inside of Adobe Premiere where you literally go down, you link your Facebook to it, and it will render it out onto Facebook without. It doesn't do anything else on your computer. Just renders it right out.
And I got my Facebook page right here, Papa. It's already set up. Ooh, like it's
There
an
you
oldie but a goodie. It definitely needs some love. Oh my God. This is from back in the day. I'm seeing a post. This is very relevant to our listeners. This is dated September 6, 2017. It's back when Anchor, the one we actually syndicate our podcast through, they had this cool little auto captioner tool. And it was nice for sharing out. So, like, it would actually, you could clip a bit from the podcast and it would auto caption it. It would do a fairly good job and you could post it. I was looking for that recently, but I think they've axe murdered it.
So, yeah.
No.
They do a lot. It's just, it's one of those things where I'm just looking for a thing where I just know the person that does it puts out like 3 videos a week to 5 videos a week. Gets something like $4,000 a month, and if I can make $4,000 a month just off posting, like, and here's the crazy thing: their demonetization is almost non-existent. If you take clips and stuff, the way that they're like, okay, that can be demonetized is nowhere like YouTube's. So the chances of you keeping that money and getting the money and like it going through and you getting paid is so much higher. That's why, like, I almost didn't want, like, I'm sharing it with our listeners right now, but I don't want to talk about it on Twitch. And it's not like I want to withhold any information from all these other broadcasters watching me, but I do see people following suit a lot when, like, I'm like, hey, we're going to do this. Everyone floods it. And then all of a sudden everyone fails. So I'm like giving it to our listeners right now, but I'm definitely trying to like sneak it and hide it and like conceal it and then do it, you know?
Actually, I was going to say that similar thing. Do we want to, so I'm going to go over there. I mean, we could start uploading our podcast over there. We could start throwing it up. I'll put it up on at least my feed for the time being. But I mean, then we could link to each other through that sort of mechanism too, right? Like you can cross promo in just when you're sharing posts. I want to get into sharing videos eventually, but even just to start, like if Facebook pages are how I remember, this could be a fun endeavor.
Yeah, it's really fun because it's really quick. Like legit, like if you say like I'm gonna make a video about the new Doom trailer coming out. I watched the Doom trailer and like the first 15 seconds, like me watching it, like, whoa, oh my god, no way, you know, like over exaggerated type stuff. Like, and then, you know, people come in and you start watching through it, you know, and like doing stuff or like react video. It's really quick. And then another thing that really works as well too is posting like a video game meme or something like that. Like if you make original content, like anything to get that to 10,000, because after 10,000 you're posting those videos. The only weird thing is like you do want to go square format, so it feels unnatural at first editing it, but once you can get that videos up and going, dude, like I just know so many people that legit are like I have a YouTube, but they don't pay me anywhere near what Facebook is paying me. I'm like, wow, that is unreal.
That is. I actually want to throw I'm going to throw this Twitch clips up there in a second. Okay. Also, I might have to make a quick pause here. I don't know. Louie's crying at me. Give me one sec.
No problem.
I don't know. The puppo just went out. So chat, hang in there.
I mean, I can talk to chat. Hi, Viking Thrash. It's good to see you. Freddie, good to have you in here too. Anyone else lurking in the shadows? Good to have you guys here. I hope you're literally like giving out secrets that I have really looked into and found statistics showing that it's really good with not a lot of people that are watching or lurking or learning about it. So if you guys are listening to this, this is one of the things that I really I debated. I was like, I'm not going to tell anyone about this. I'm going to play it out. I'm going to make the monies and not let anyone know. So, you know. And then I was like, now, you know what? Like, I'm going to make sure at least our Path to Partner podcast knows and do this. Because the thing is if you let one person know, it's just going to completely flood in. So I'm just trying my hardest to like at least give you guys a decent amount of information so you can go out, especially, you know, this is a cutthroat market out there.
Oh, it really is. Okay, I am gonna put us back here in just a sec, and then we're good to go.
Okie dokie.
Get my drink on first. Okay, we're back. And Louie needed nothing. So that was, I have no freaking clue. But anyway, I'm excited about this. Like you said, we're keeping it on the DL, the whole Facebook thing. But I think we're going to go over there, man. I think I want to try it with you.
Yeah. The only thing you make sure make sure you relay to your Twitch chat, because when I told him, everyone's like, I don't want to watch you anymore. You're streaming on Facebook. Whoa. No. Not streaming on Facebook. I made an announcement video that said I'm going to be posting videos on YouTube and Facebook, and I'm going to be still full-time broadcasting on Twitch.
Yeah, there
Twitch
you
is my
go.
home. But still, people, they hear Facebook and YouTube, and they think I'm streaming over there, not streaming on Twitch. I'm like, no, not at all. I love Twitch.
I would much rather stream on Twitch myself. Also, hey, last week I did my very first viewing party, and that went very, very well. I had a very good time with that. It was we watched an episode of The Boys on Amazon Prime. Very fun, very good show. The whole experience was good. For streamers, though, reminder, no bits, no currency like that. Someone was able to resub in the middle of it, which was interesting. I mean, maybe they weren't even on my watching page at the time, but still notified it in chat. But it's a very cool little thing. So
I creeped in a little bit because I just was very interested, and I thought I was going to see you green screen out watching a video on. I was like, oh, this isn't like that at all. Okay.
No, yeah, it's very much just Rabbit, the old R-A-B-B-I, whatever, TV, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's dead. They put a stake in its heart. That was the one where you could kind of gray space, like link your Netflix account and like broadcast it for an audience. But that's kind of scary, especially as you get more legitimate, as the Wild West stops being so wild. And I don't know, just as you grow and get your reputation, you never want to get dinged by like some accidental weirdo on the internet that's just trying to get you and is like, you're streaming Netflix illegally. So I'm like, could you imagine if Ninja or anyone like that size, Shroud or anyone, I imagine if they try to do that, they would get so sued into the ground these days by, and maybe not, maybe they would get away with it. Who knows? And I'm not saying they're the type that would try anyway, but this is a nice way for Twitch to say, hey, look, you can watch Amazon Prime with your audience that also has Amazon Prime, so why don't you enjoy this big collection together? It's basically on your Twitch page. It's all the functionality you know and love. Have at it.
I like it. Well, that's the thing is the Wild West is those days they're numbering.
They
so
are
terrible. It is.
You can feel it close in.
Oh,
right?
I miss the old days when, proxies and just, it was the free reign. I'm glad that they are taking actions upon a lot of stuff, because there was a lot of evil that came from it. But yeah, the old golden days where you could just watch anything and do anything, and it was just whatever, like LimeWire on your PC.
Well, let's also be honest, though, that like the golden days, some of the problems there that companies were, or not golden days, but the Wild West, and why some of it was cool and some of it sucked, is these companies just weren't fast to act. Like that Rabbit one I mentioned was trying to get purchased up by Netflix and some other companies. Like, I don't know if they were asking too much. If anyone's interested in learning the background, if you've got that business mind, you really might like this. The CEO of Rabbit posted almost like a thesis on how the business went. Like, he talks in detail, very cohesively, how they started, grew, like what angel funding rounds were like and all this other stuff. And I guess they had tried to pitch themselves to Netflix and others. Go figure, Rabbit dies, and then Twitch implements basically their thing into their own eco. Like basically the same freaking thing, just on Twitch.
Yeah, I mean, but it's very smart how they did it. They're like, we got Amazon, you got Amazon. Only people with Amazon Prime can watch this, and it's just like it was very smart. Actually, I might take my hat off for how they did it.
It is very smart, and that is something I've been hammering home. Is that is a legal thing. That is not my decision that people have to have Amazon Prime. No one has complained yet, but my chat the other day did bring up. Someone came in. They said, "How do you feel about subscriber only streams?" And I said, "Oh, are you trying to do one?" Because I don't know. I was like, the one time I tried to do it, and I basically got flayed alive in someone's Discord server for that one Sunday evening. How dare I? Where I streamed God, it was like the Animal Crossing knockoff. What was it? Garden Paws. And someone was like, Kyle betrayed the streaming world because he streamed blah, 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 and locked it to subscribers. So anyway, we got in this big, healthy conversation about it. And people were like, yeah, it puts a weird taste in my mouth when people do those subscriber streams. So just wanted to leave that here upon the doorsteps of our listeners for whatever that little nugget is worth. People are still angry when you bring it up.
I wish they did it like more like the watch parties, because my problem is like I raided Ninja Monkey with like 400 people, and none of them
Oh,
could stay after what, 5 minutes. I
five
was like,
minutes.
oh man, this is so terrible. Like, I wish they would just hide it, because I don't even know how I found yours. I'd like go to your page and click it, and it was like this little purple thing, and I clicked it and went in. It was very hard for me to find it. But yeah, I wish they kind of would do like subscriber streams, maybe like make it like a little bit tucked away so you don't get like completely like,
Well, that's
headhunted
fair.
because you did it.
Well, and it's a good thing too, because I actually did genuinely get trolled the one time. Like, there were people that were actively trolling the subscriber only stream because I think it's a tag, right? So when you do that, you can have people actually like hunt you down. And this kid came into my chat. He wasn't a subscriber, first time chatter. And I told this story months back, but that was his thing. Like, he was like, wow, streamer has inclusivity on their page, and then they do subscriber stream. Rawr. And I was like, dude, you don't even go here. Just leave. Like, okay, valid points, but because you made them, they're invalid. Like, no.
Yeah, it's
So
rough, man.
prime parties, maybe a yes. It makes sense. It's fair. It's diplomatic. Some crazy person out there is always going to be mad at streamers, any public figures for something. Again, I'm surprised you and I don't get yelled at every day. The sky's blue, or why that it's blue, and people are crazy on the internet. I think the streaming parties like this kind of mitigate some of that because, again, not our choice to lock down the paywall. It's Amazon's, it's the government, it's copyright, IP, it's all that. Like, you upset about it? Good. Go talk to the US government and try and file an appeal, like the patent office and all that, and happy shit. They're not gonna give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, this is all trademark stuff that like people can get sued multi-thousands of dollars for. So be careful. Do good.
Yeah, I'm surprised they even got the way to do it now. Like, I'm
Yeah.
surprised someone was like, yeah, I mean, I understand it's still Amazon, but it's still like, ooh, but that's why I'm very impressed with how they did that. So at least they're trying to make this
They are.
platform succeed. They're trying to have growth. I recently looked, not to change it too far, but I
Yeah.
recently looked at like the 8-year progression of YouTube, the 8-year progression of Facebook, the 8-year in Twitch, and whatever webs like that's growing, and because that's where Twitch is 8 years old. And yeah, like, we're like a little bit under growth of like a platform like Facebook or a platform like YouTube. So we're just a little bit under, but also, they've opened up there. So I'm glad to see, or they opened up to like third world countries and like developing countries like Facebook and YouTube did around the 8-year mark. Twitch can't do it because of, like infrastructure issues. No one can usually take in the amount of bandwidth that a streamer usually uses. But with that being said, I'm glad that they're trying to do something to spice up the community,
Yeah, I'm really glad to see that too. And I it'd be really cool if they can expand this out in any other way. I'm wondering if Netflix and others jump in on this kind of multi-streaming sort of thing. And that's why I brought up Rabbit, is those people said, like, this is the future of viewing together. We truly believe that. We think that there's something to be said about people coming together and watching a piece of content and enjoying it. And we know this from YouTube. We know this from Twitch. We know reactions are popular. So good on Twitch for trying to do something like that. I think they implemented it well. Please keep growing it. I also want to, I hope I'm not veering the conversation too much, but I want to continue to give accolades to the hype train system on Twitch. That thing has been a game changer. Like, my chat likes to try and trigger one a day. It seems like they do it in the early part of the stream. If they're going to do it, like, they'll do like it'll be like accidental, right? Like, someone pops in, they say, hey, I welcome, I'm here. Here's my resub, and then resub, and then boom, a hype train forms. And then it's really easy to get that going. So Twitch, thank you for giving us the tools to kind of make that hype and share it with people. It's very, very popular.
I'm gonna let you know something. In my community, even though they've been doing the hype train, every once in a while, they've kind of been going into just donating money instead of doing hype train stuff. I don't know why.
Oh,
Like, they're like, oh yeah, so you get all that, like all that stuff, and we know, Twitch takes their, their half of their sub,
Oh,
and they,
yeah.
I get the bit, and then like out of nowhere, it's like it's just been donations. But I did do one thing that has definitely changed the game. Text to speech for bits.
Oh,
I
yeah.
do text to speech for bits and subs, because I used to not do it. I was only donuts because like back in my earlier days, I ran into, people being trolls. So I kind of like take it off a little bit, and then but yeah, no, like it's been super impactful. Like I get a lot of people that just want to say something funny, so they put it in there and it just rolls out. So that's been really good. And the hype train's been, I don't know, I'm making like about close to $1,000 more a month just from hype train. So I love it.
Yeah, that's definitely a different system. Wow, up to 1,000 a month more from Hype Train?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Yeah,
Anywhere between, I mean, I seen the increase about $500 was like one of the first months, or what? The first month was close to 900, and then this
Wait,
month I think.
hasn't only been out for about a month now?
Yeah, it's been about a month. So right now, like with what I've had from, what day? Yeah, what I had from like last week was almost $500 from it. So if it pans out right, I can make a lot more money.
Wow. Yeah. That, I mean, it's a good system. Twitch, thank you for helping us incentivize people to be interested. It's really that. I mean, it's why I would really like to see Twitch go through and readjust the amount, Papa, of the pricing for those freaking panels below the stream, the little buttons, the little extensions where people can play sound effects and things like that. That is an egregious amount that goes to the creator of those extensions, who do, I think, almost no work. And what I'm talking about, by the way, for anyone that's listening on Twitch, you can enable extensions that are like bits for a soundboard sort of deal. And my chat, I know they would love that, but I think it's like 20% or 10%, something like that, of every bit buy goes back to the developer. That's a lot of money. That means if my chat spends $10 that day, they get 2 of that $10 for a program they just uploaded once and it just runs. Little maintenance.
Yeah, I would love to have something like that. I do know some people that have like this weird, like legit. It's the weirdest thing. Like they earn points through the chat bot, and then they go to like you go to this website. It's called Burke's Booty, is what it's called. And it legit, the little like paperclip from the 90s that used to be able to pull out. But that's what it looks like.
Clippy.
I was looking at it and I was like, wow, I don't know how he got it. That like the more views or the longer in the chat, the more your points go up, then you can trade it in for a sound effect. And I was like, man, that'd be so cool instead of having to pay bits and stuff for it.
Oh, that is neat. Huh.
But yeah.
Okay. Well, so I've been asking people a lot why they are interested in supporting the stream. I've been having a lot of conversations like that. That is a really interesting thing to get in the mindset of people that choose to support you and why you choose to support others. I know usually when I'm supporting other streamers, I'm one of those people that does get caught up in the hype train style stuff. Again, why give that such accolades, right? Like if I'm going to give to a streamer in support, it's probably going to be to keep something rolling like that. So some people only really tend to donate during that. Some people, like Smarty here in chat was asking me what the best way to support the stream is. He's actually moved some of his subscription over. He's still doing a tier 1 on Twitch, but then he's doing more behind the scenes on Patreon because of the cut and of the exclusive perks we got going over there. So that's kind of been a cool thing to toy with lately. Is like just the reason why people want to support you. What do they see in your vision? What parts of the content they really enjoy? And honestly, polling your community about what kind of perks to provide more of and which to discontinue, that's really good to know. I was actually going down the Patreon rabbit hole the other day, and one of the things people were saying is make sure you do scalable perks. I think that applies to Twitch streamers too, especially when it comes to subs or bits. Make sure it's scalable so that, if you get a big deluge of whatever it is, donations, whatever, make sure you can fulfill it without going bankrupt. One of mine is with feeding Louie. After, he gets a certain amount of bits, I kind of start just sitting them on the desk. He doesn't get all the food my chat's buying him because we don't want to actually make him sick. So there's moderation and things. But it was an interesting thought experiment. You and I talked about having some people on in the future discuss Patreon. And can we tease this one? Can I tease the next one? OnlyFans. Oh, yeah. We have guests lined up for the future here, guys. We got to get dates lined up and times. But we have guests that want to come on, want to talk Patreon, want to talk OnlyFans. And I think it's going to be interesting because this is the Wild West closing down. It's the Wild West going legitimate through means like Patreon and OnlyFans. Think about it like that, like, right? Like, OnlyFans is the thing where it's like Patreon meets porn. Like, that's the intersection we were hitting, right? We're closing all the gaps.
Some people just post lewds. They don't even post nudes.
They just post lewds. I know. Post
But
nudes
that's
first.
a huge thing. I do want to let some of the viewers that are listening here
Yeah.
that are a little bit more like straight when it comes to that type of stuff, like trying to like that don't like that. We are like kind of a show for a vast majority of people, and whatever we can do to kind of help people out, especially because we don't want people to go down this route on their own and then have like negative repercussions. So we much rather have someone that has experience, so that way you can weigh out your options before people like get upset about us having people on OnlyFans and stuff on our Patreon. But I just want to let you guys know that we're definitely trying to give as much information as possible. It's your choice to pursue it or not pursue it. So I just want to make sure that before we rile up too many people.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. And people in chat may not like me, but I am unapologetically a supporter of OnlyFans as people that want to do it. I can't get myself to do it. Like, I couldn't sell my own lewds or nudes. Like, I'm not that body positive about it. But goddamn, you know what? Someone that's making $10K a month off of selling pictures of themselves and like you said, might not even be full nudity. Like, dude, that's money smarts. Like, if you had that extra $10K a month, well, I know I'd be living in a different state. I'd be living a different lifestyle, Papa. I just got to start showing my butt on OnlyFans.
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge thing. As I posted when I was taking those headshots, I posted that it wasn't lewd. Ooh. It literally had no nipples, had just my tattoos and my face. And people were like, I would actually pay for a OnlyFans to see photos more like that. I was like, oh, wow. All right. And I was like, you do know I have like a little chub and that, but people were like, I had DMs of people being like, yes. I was like, oh, well, all right, we'll see what I do. I gotta, I don't really know. I'm not a very scandalous, and I don't have like all these amazing sets everyone has. Like getting a bubble bath, maybe. I don't know.
But here, okay, you're right. The sets are a big thing. But here's a question. We talked about this before. Do game developers ever get weirded out, or any professional like? I think that's changing. I think there have been stigmas against people that are doing this. I think the stigmas are going to change this year / have already started changing, because the wave, the influx, the way this has changed. And let me start over and better reiterate this and use actual words and not half speak. Nate and I in the past talked about making certain business decisions that would damage your reputation, the eyes of people that could be gatekeepers, like that might be able to give you giveaways, keys, codes, sponsorships, money, whatever that they might be able to open a door for you, and you not wanting to come off as like too... I think we talked about in relation to IRL only, like people that are just talking heads. They don't do any content. They have no specialty. They're just talking heads, and a lot of game companies and stuff weren't looking at them very seriously. So in that line, I say, well, if you have a successful OnlyFans account, does that hurt you in the eyes of developers or key lenders or sponsors? But I imagine that is rapidly changing, Yeah, go ahead.
That's the beauty of just life in general. Is where we were at like 10 years ago is not where we're at now. And like, and the craziest thing is like, we are like, sometimes we have like negative things creep up, but it's like the same thing where it's like said, like someone can say 9 amazing things about you and one person says one bad thing, and then you just focus on the bad because that's how we're hardwired. But over this time, we are getting to this point where, I mean, I think we talked about that. Maybe like, I don't know, we're on episode 23. We talked about a little bit, but it's changed ever since we talked about it. Like, I don't know, episode 3 or 4, it has changed a lot to the point now where it's like, if you conduct yourself on broadcast and you are a certain way, and like they know that they can support you, or like they can be like, okay, when this person's playing games, they're not out there like flashing their vagina or wiener anywhere else. And so like it's kind of like so it's one of those things where I think that it is getting normalized, and it's getting normalized really quick, because I mean there's so many people that have one now.
It's true. Like I think it's becoming so common, and it can't. I did have someone in chat the other day, and they came in with a lot of bias. They wrote something. The way they wrote it equated OnlyFans with bad. Like they were like, anyone that uses OnlyFans is like lesser in my eyes. Like I don't respect them. And you made a comment about that earlier to dissuade any potential fears that people were having. And I'll stake myself on this too, and just say like, Yeah, hey, it's people choosing to do what they want with their body that's having zero impact on anyone else's life. It makes them a healthy ass income. If it's making them more money than you have no room to talk, by the way. Like myself included, they're making like quadruple, quintuple, whatever my income. So I have no room to judge because like they could buy me as a, they have money and we don't. So respect the grind, right? And that's what the platform's there for. Platform's there to destigmatize it, make it less shady. Before this has been going on for a long time, by the way. This could open up a whole other can of worms, which would be very fun to discuss in the future. But like, models, male and female, have been doing this for years. They were just selling like Skype shows and things like that, or selling nudes on the side. So it is interesting to see, like you just said, how much that's changed just in the last couple months. To, at the start of the show, back in the summer, people might have been like, ew, nudes are still whatever. And now we got OnlyFans and everyone's like, well, I mean, look at our good friend Classy Katie. She's like in the top 2%.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, that's a huge thing. One thing I'm really noticing, and so back when like Twitch was a thing, like, or back when like booby streamers.
Right,
well,
right.
the thing is like like one of my friends, Larisha, like who does it, she legit like she just comes fully clothed and plays video games when she feels like it because she already has her base on there. So like people follow, like it's almost like that whole booby streamer type stuff is starting to dwindle down because now they have an outlet to post their stuff that people are going into and doing. The only other place I've seen like negative sell stuff where people are trying to sell OnlyFans and doing it kind of shadily is TikTok. They were doing TikTok and really provocative TikTok. The thing is that's like targeting such a young audience. That's like 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It's very, very young. So I can see where that has like kind of a negative influence. But for the most part, overall on Twitch, like all my friends that are now really successful on OnlyFans, they do not post on, or they do not stream the same way that they used to try to get money.
Well, because that's what we've said before. There is definitely a shame in the streaming community that refuses to see it as that money is okay to be made off of streaming. And it comes from the very root, the very inception of how streamers start, I think. And it's because we say if you get into streaming to make lots of money, it is not a good avenue for that, which is true. If you want to go make money right away, bam, OnlyFans, bam. There's a bunch of other ways. Even TikTok's probably a much better way of making money. Like with comparing the work to the amount of money you get from it, I think TikTok's probably a better way to do it. So when we say to people, new streamers, that like if you're getting into this for the money, that's kind of what we mean. That's not, we shouldn't be shaming people later on and saying like, hey, yeah, you've got this really robust community. Sure, they ask you, I see them asking for merch things for you, and I see them donating bits and all this. We shouldn't be shaming people that are trying to make money off of it. And like you said, it does change how you develop that content when you make a stable, flow for yourself. So I could see why they would.
What's kind of crazy about that as well too is that if you ever watch, or if you like look at any of the other markets outside of America or Western type of civilization, like YY is a live streaming platform from China. And it is the craziest thing you'll ever watch. They legit will yell at their chat and be like, I'm ending stream if you guys don't donate $500. And other broadcasters have this thing where they're like, my community and my followers are the best. They'll donate me more money than you'll make this month. And it works. Like that's what, like, it's crazy like that. Like, and if you look at a few other platforms that I have seen listed, I know YY, I just remember that one. I can't remember a lot of their names. And this is just not, this is like Indonesia. This is, like it's all around the world and like different little things. Cause we're not the only live platform, but they like make hundreds of thousands of dollars from donations, and they're yelling at their chat like, I need money or else I'm not going to stream. Like you guys aren't paying me enough that I can pay my bills. And then like you look at, and like, it's so taboo for us, and we're like, oh no, we don't need money. We're just going to play these video games.
I know, right?
I'm going to probably eat out like dumpster. My neighbor threw out like some leftover ramen noodles because
maybe we should just go. Rough. We should go to a foreign country and just start yelling at chat. Give me money or else.
You know what's crazy about it? There was this old YouTube star who used to do like the singing and weird stuff. He went over to China and he has like videos of himself breaking iPhones and getting a Huawei phone and picking it up and calling it. And he's making so much money in
Oh
China because
no.
American guy speaking Chinese. It just,
Yeah,
I mean,
I
there's a whole
bet.
thing about it. And he like, how can I hate on him? He's living the life where he's got so much money. Like, I just don't know. Like, it's one of those things where, we just culture differences.
Yeah, there are a lot of times like the way I'm gonna say this isn't exactly how I believe it, but I think you'll get it. It is that we hate on all those people. We hate on people very quickly for having a lifestyle that we want to live. Like, the way that they're doing it. Hey, I'll go throw iPhones for a living if that, lets me live a grandiose lifestyle. If you guys will watch me break a phone and do all that, yell at chat, like I'm in. But yeah, we don't do that. We're like, no,
Yeah,
that's
that's
too
one of the
much.
biggest. That's one of the biggest issues between being a broadcaster and stuff is that we need money to be able to live.
Yeah.
And it makes us like not stressed. That's the biggest part. But then when we are stressed, and then we can get better content, but it doesn't work that way. It's almost like an endless cycle. But yeah, maybe we should just go to China and start yelling at people.
I would
I
love
don't know.
that. I'm so sorry. I'm melting down over chat right now on YouTube. So I'm just stop. Sorry. This is why you guys. Oh, we talked about this earlier. If this is our tangential episode, obviously, if you stayed around this long, we're just having fun and covering a lot of things in various degrees. But if you're not already watching on YouTube, you absolutely should. It is wonderful. You do accidentally get bonus content on YouTube. I know. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to not trying to platform gate you, but because YouTube starts and ends early with the stream, you tend to get a little bit extra. We have been also answering questions a little here and there at the end of stream, so be sure to do that. I also wrote in chat, I have so much jelly all over my belly because I've been eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and I can't. So with that being
Yeah,
said,
so if you like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, come to YouTube. It's
you
a great
should.
time.
Maybe if we hit some sort of goal, I'll slather jelly all over my belly.
And then I'll be peanut butter.
Oh my god! And we can be in the middle and make a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Wait, wasn't that a commercial
Man.
from like the 90s or something?
Probably, dude. 90s commercials are crazy. Think about like Capri Sun and everyone turning into liquid metal, dude, and flying around.
And there was something, I remember, there was some sort of commercial where they like, the one person had something on their front, the other, and they would like jump and like body slam, but they would like morph together, and that made, I don't know, some sort of like combined
it was shot at Venice Beach too. I remember that.
I remember something about it. Was it a Capri Sun actually?
No, it was like a Danimal commercial. Remember
Okay.
Danimals?
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
How do I remember that? That happened like almost like what 25 years ago, and I still remember it to this day.
I really have been doing a lot of reminiscing and things like that, and just thinking back on the old ways, which ties exactly back in. We're not too far out there, chat. Ties back into the idea of the lewds and the nudes. The world is, like we said, moving at this rapid pace, and I'll admit a fear of my own as a content creator, where I worry, like, God, the word that came to mind was vapid. That's harsh. Am I vapid enough? Am I like explosive enough on camera? Am I, because it feels like people are just using their all, right? And the limits, the boundaries of society keep going down, down, and down. And if you got a body, I don't think there's anything wrong with working it, but I don't got a body to work. As much as I want to support OnlyFans, I don't know that what pictures I have would do well. But there are a lot of new ways to kind of keep up, and there's a lot of new trends that will always open, and this is just the march of progress. But like, as content creators, we got to stay open to it, whether that be Facebook or our OnlyFans or our Patreons or whatever. And Zelrin in chat says the internet's already overly sexualized, so it's normal. So there you go. Continue, sorry.
Yeah, it is normal. Oh no, like it does get to a position. Like, some of my favorite broadcasters I watch right now have been on the platform since it became Justin TV to Twitch TV. Ooh. And they're boring. But for some reason, they built the trust with me that I know every single day they're going to be live. I know what type of content I'm getting, variety content or whatever it may be. I know what style I'm getting. I'm like, it's almost like it gets to a position where like, it's like getting married or being in a relationship, like, everything's fun and exciting at first, but it's like, can you be there every single day and hang out? And that's like one thing I'm noticing with a lot of the lurkers that have been in my chat. Like I sit down, I'm like, they're legit, like I'm like looking at the people that are coming in and active and talking and stuff like that. And then like I do this thing where I'm like, if you're in chat, roll your head against the keyboard and then press enter so I can see it. So they spam like a bunch of buttons and stuff. I'll have 30 lurkers. I'm like, that's so crazy. And I asked them the other day, I was like, why do you lurk? And they're like, we know you're going to be on at this time. We come here to watch you. We don't care if you play this game, this game, this game. We just know that you are going to be here. We know what style you are. So I'm starting to realize I'm building like a really good lurk force. And it's just crazy because it's some of the people like I'd never even see talk in the chat, and they're like 4 or 5 month subs.
Wow.
So I'm starting to realize I think it was just a tradition or a transitional period, because the thing is since the market's moving so quickly, it's very hard to understand what people do like and don't like. But like what Philip DeFranco said, he was like, it's one of those things where these big multi-million-dollar companies like CNN and stuff are going to like YouTube, and they're like tanking. They're not getting like the followers like he's getting, or like PewDiePie, or any of those type of people, because they're not building trust with the audience. And I think that's a huge thing to build. And when you have 10 years of trust, it's one of those things where it's almost too big to fail. I think it's more of like a waiting game. And like, yeah, your numbers you may go from like me 200 average all the way down to like 30, 40 average right now while I'm doing variety content. But I think it's one of those things where it's the longer you on, the more you're on, the more you understand the culture and stuff like that. I think it's like being tried to and tested and going through all of it.
I think you're right. I think you're very right. There's a lot to do with trust. There's a lot to do with, kind of showing up and being there and communicating and all those things. So I don't know. I think like you're saying the old methods still shine through. Smarty in chat says, most times when I'm lurking, I'm in a stream at work. So I set my phone down on the desk and get up and work. So I'm there and not there at the same time. Selrun asks both of us, wanted to say, y'all both have nice voices and you probably, and you could probably do a Dungeons and Dragons stream if you wanted to switch stuff up for a bit, or ASMR. Oh.
That is very true. Yeah, there's so many options. There's so many revenue or ways of doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is it's with variety content in general. Like if you play one game, it's not as bad, but it's like riding a stock market. If you were doing Dungeons and Dragons, the biggest time you could have did it was about 4 years ago. The content's not as hot now, other than Critical Role, which is like the largest sub 2 channel on Twitch or something like that.
But also the one that came out from that time. It persevered. It's the
it also popped off because remember about that time, Stranger Things came out.
Right.
What happened? There were, people really love to follow the trends. They love to do that. ASMR used to be one of the largest viewed directories in all of Twitch. And but now the thing is it got to the point where no one's technically doing it live anymore. People are running reruns, and that category was hot for a long time and dipped. It's the thing is everything has a shelf life, especially on like a platform like Twitch. And that's where you got to be really mindful and try to ride trends and figure out what's going to pop off at a certain time and not. And that's where knowledge comes in. Knowledge is such a good thing to have, because when you have a lot of knowledge about what's going on, like it's me, it's like I know what games and what DLCs are going to be popping off. I played Metro. I was like, oh, Metro DLC is going to be coming out tomorrow, so I'm going to download it. And everyone's like, oh my God, there's Metro DLC. And bam, I naturally, no hosts, all the way up to 70 viewers for like just that one day.
Yeah.
But then it kind of goes down. But as soon as you start compiling those things, going to like PAXs and meeting everyone, like it would work really well, but it's all part of a trend. And that's what's hard is there's games I want to play. Like I would love to go play like a 1999 version of Soul Reaver, the video game, for Legacy of Kain. The only thing is no one would watch me and there'd be no discoverability. So you still have to play smart. And that's kind of the hardest part of being a broadcaster, especially trying to grow and make money. You have to play the long game. You have to be smart about what your choices are. Like it's rough. It's playing the stock market. Congratulations. And you're getting paid way less.
That's true. Well, hey, we are about out of time for this week's episode. This has been very fun. I listened to last podcast on the left a lot, and they call these things their relaxed fit episodes. So this is kind of our relaxed fit, if you will. Yeah. Although I'm wearing pants right now, so I don't feel very relaxed fit. I feel very muffin top, I feel like
Freddie would like to know. I'm not wearing the pants.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Where's that camera, man? Where's that one?
I know. Yeah, you guys will never know.
Well, hey, speaking about what you're speaking about, one of the things I want to get done here, this is a goal I'm setting for myself, is I really want to do a paranormal show of some sort, and I think I kind of want to do it on Twitch. Just like a lot of roundtable conversation about that sort of stuff. It's always been very fun in my chat to like kind of do that, so I'm wondering... Casual Ranger wants to come on. I know, there's so many people. You and I even talked ghost hunting in the past. So there's all these little things. I might actually put that together. If anyone out there is listening and interested, pathtopartner@gmail.com. Let us know. I wanna do that. It might be something like I stream on a Sunday night or something on Twitch. I kind of said before when you and I were talking about this, Nate, that I didn't want to do podcasts on Twitch, but that might be one that I might do over there, just because the Twitch audiences seem to like that kind of stuff. They like the spookies.
Well, another big thing, we could always like dual stream and put it up on Twitch as well too, and just like throw it up, like make our own channel, as long as we're not like hurting our own numbers or analytics.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly it, right? Because yeah, but it's also nice over here. I like YouTube because it syndicates it in a way that Twitch almost doesn't, and we'd have to make our own Twitch. That could be something we do too.
And it's a nice little change up. It's a nice look. It feels like we're actually being professional over here.
Oh, I know, right? Look at us go. Well, to everyone out there, thank you for listening. Nate and I have been plugging away at this for a long time. So thank you for all those that have jumped in and continued to listen, subscribe, write to us. We appreciate it. I mean, people have been coming by chat to say things, so thank you very much. We love that. We love when you stop by. So Nate, on that note, why don't you tell people where they can find you all across the internet this week?
Perfect. You can find me at 1:00 Eastern Standard Time on Twitch at twitch.tv/gnarly_Nate. You can also find me on Instagram and Twitter at gnarly_NateTTV. Oh, and you can find me on Facebook by typing in facebook.com/gnarly_Nate, and that's my page. So make sure you go over there and like that. So we'll see how this endeavor goes.
Oh, why doesn't Kyle Dempster Studios exist over there? Why doesn't that?
You got to change your @name. Once you do that, everything will be good.
Dang it! I'll have to. Well, it actually is Kyle Dempster Studios. Why can I? Well, okay, I don't know. For some reason. Oh no, mine's like cap locked. Oh no, does that matter? Facebook.com/@KapitalKYLE@DEMPS. No, I think that might be working because it wouldn't let me. Please don't tell me they have some stupid like cap locksy dealio. Whatever. Anyway, go look it up. Try a bunch of different iterations there. See if you can make it work. I might be on Facebook as well. We'll see. But go check Nate out. I need to find him. No, it pulled it up fine this time. So Facebook.com/Kyle Dempster Studios. Twitch.tv/Kyle Dempster Studios. That is my mainstay. That's where I am 5 days a week. I would love it if you come by chat. Come tell us a story. Tell us what you're trying to do with streaming. Ask any questions live. We usually have a lot of people in chat that have a lot of knowledge for you, so we can get that question solved. We're both on Twitter. I think you just said yours, Nate. Mine's twitter.com/Kyle Dempster STU. What other things am I pumping out right now? It's the YouTube, I think, is the big one. YouTube.com/Kyle Dempster Studios. Subscribe over here. The podcast is over here. A bunch of other stuff. I'm putting my other podcast up finally. So the Tenets, the Elder Scrolls Online show I do, is finally coming to YouTube. I've actually done so much as to pre-schedule an episode. So claps.
There you go.
Yeah. And until next week, everyone, I hope you have a wonderful journey across the streaming space. Write to us, let us know, and we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Toodles.
Okay. Everyone in chat, thank you for the fun time. That was one heck of a journey. I really, really, really enjoyed that. So thank you all. I see my Facebook page. What's yours again, Nate? How do I do this?
gnarly_Nate. Facebook.com/gnarly_Nate.
Okay, I'm searching you right now. Ooh, who's... Oh, whoa.
Underscore.
Like...
Oh, no. It's just Gnarly Nate. Just
No!
Gnarly Nate. My bad. Ah! What is underscore Nate?
No, the
Is
underscore. What is this? Who is this?
What is
Why
that?
so many nods? I'm just kidding. These are not. This is all a lie. This isn't real. This is
Freak
not.
me out.
No, I got you. I got a real like on his page. Here, let's share it out to everyone.
Oh my
in chat.
god. Oh god, I see your real Facebook. Oh god, look at that face.
What are we looking at?
Because it'll pull up your actual Facebook, so I get to see your actual profile photo.
Aw, that's cute. That's from
You're
like
so
years
adorable.
ago.
You literally have not updated Facebook, have you?
Oh no, I don't use it. I hate Facebook. I think it's the worst thing that's going for the planet right now. And I'm not even an anti-techie, but like, you know,
No.
I'm that guy that wants to have chips implanted in his brain and would totally live on the internet, but not in Facebook's neighborhood because it scares me.
Yeah.
Because they do
Yeah,
really
I don't.
fucking shady stuff.
Yeah, I know. It's worse. Well, here's one reason, and this is for you guys that are in the chat right now. One reason why Facebook is very, very good is because a lot of third world countries or second world countries or developing countries, they have data plans for the phone where they can't get on Twitch. They can
True.
only get on Facebook because they bought a plan where Facebook has unlimited data. That's why Facebook's evil. But if you jump on and do that, you're not going to have to worry about like like people can consume your content. So if someone can't go to YouTube or can't go to Twitch, they can go there. You're still going to make money. You can make money from people from India, South Africa, or well, I guess South Africa has a good infrastructure, but anywhere else like that, but they don't have that infrastructure. That's one reason why if you are on Facebook and you're seeing an influx of Indian videos that are coming through, like, or like even like some like Asian videos, like that are kind of like in more developed countries, it's because they have the ability to upload that stuff, unlike doing it on YouTube or doing it on any other outlet. So it's very smart to use that.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, what's this limit past post thing too? I'm limiting past posts. The audience for the selected content. Oh, I limited my past posts on there. Huh, that's interesting. I'm Facebooking. I agree though with I think we probably from the same source heard about the idea of the what is it, the plans for third world countries and stuff like that, so people being able to see your content where they normally wouldn't be able to just because of them having a Facebook thing. So that's pretty cool.
I love how your Facebook is so unbelievably hard to see anything. You're like completely like clean. You can't see anything on yours.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Is it that way for my actual?
Yeah, you privated it
for my personal one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. Actually,
yeah. Because I'm gonna turn off my followers so no one can see them. Or well, you can see how many I have, but like don't have it, which I think I already have it enabled.
I actually just tried to get to my to my actual other one through like an incognito window, and it says page not found. So that's kind of cool. I can't even search my own page. I don't know, or Facebook's just unresolving a lot for me tonight. I'm not really sure. Point of this. Yeah, I want to update my page too. So I love this, man. That is why this podcast exists, is to get us all to do things that we are outside of our comfort zone. See what works, see what doesn't, try again. So chat, thank you again for joining us, you little lovebirds. Here, let me send you all this too. This is my last message of the night. Although I still look virtually the same, Smarty. For us, you're always the same.
I couldn't stop laughing from the chat, though. I will admit that. They were like, they were talking about peanut butter and jelly, and I heard you laugh, and I read over it. I couldn't stop laughing.
God.
You guys got to behave, man.
You have to behave. I have so much jelly all over my belly. Bye, chat. I love you all. I'm going to go clean this up. And